our political cartoon. It is an explanation of African American right in the Progressive era, which was basically the Jim Crow laws which separated the blacks from the whites. They could not eat together, go to the bathroom together, live together, go on a bus together. Well, they could, but they'd be separated. So the Jim Crow laws basically did all this and more.
This is our political cartoon. Jim Crow laws were state and local laws enforced to racially segregate the whites and the blacks in the southern United States. All were enacted in the 19th century and 20th century. For instance, Jim Crow laws were ways to make white people more superior to blacks in all normal ways. You could not go to the same bathroom. They would have a white or colored bathroom. Color would mean for the African Americans, the Mexicans, basically any other race except white. You could not eat in the same restaurant as them. You could not drink from the same water fountain as them. They would make different movie theaters, different bars, different restaurants. They would try to change everything so they would separate the whites and the colored people. Southern states passed the Jim Crow laws mainly to suppress the minorities' voters because they did not want them to vote for the next president. So they would make stuff like poll taxes so that they would charge them, literacy tests, they would make grandfather clauses. This was basically just a way to keep them out of voting so that the whites can mainly pick the president. And then they would also have voting rights, Act of 1965, which finally freed them and made it illegal to be pushing for those.
During the Progressive era, African American or colored people had a much more harsh way of living than white people did. As you could see in this picture, there is a small colored boy next to a water fountain that is beside a tree with a sign labeled colored. This sign is basically saying that this water fountain is specifically for colored people. This water fountain is out in the open, which means it could have bacteria which can get the person sick who drinks from the fountain. This next picture is a colored adult next to a sign that says help wanted, white only. This sign is asking for help, but only from a specific group of people, which is white people, excluding all other colored groups because of their color. In the last picture, it is a sign that says waiting room for colored only by order of the police. This sign is saying that there is a separate waiting room for colored people, keeping the whites and the colored people in two different rooms just to separate them. If a colored person were to walk into a white waiting room, they would be arrested by the police for breaking the law